Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Pathfinder, Kingmaker. Last time we left off, we were appointed as part of an expeditionary force to take over a untamed land known as the Stolen Lands and clear its current inhabitants. We went to go to bed that night, and we were accosted, and the estate was attacked by assailants, and we endeavored to escape from our room. We have two new units here, which I'll sort of vaguely go over, sort of what they do and who they are. We have two spellcasters. One is Lindsay. She is a halfling bard. She's very small, and she is quite literally the best support class, or one of the best support classes in the game. She has a number of supportive spells, heal. She can buff. Her standard bard ability is called Inspiring Performance, which basically gives everyone a bonus to a number of various things. She's just kind of all around good, and she'll probably be in the party for the entirety of the rest of the game. Next, as we know, we have Tartuccio. He is a gnome. He is a gnomish sorcerer. Specifically, he is a draconic bloodline sorcerer, which means that he kind of specializes in dealing damage. He's not going to be around for long. This is a good playthrough. As you can see again, our character is playing lawful good, so he's not going to be here for long. But yeah, that's sort of where we're going to start off the episode. Before we begin, once again, I am doing this entirely for fun. So if you would please go ahead and like the video, I will, and would greatly appreciate comment, share, all of those things if you enjoyed. Let's get on with the video. Aha, loot. I'm a big fan of loot. When I used to play Skyrim all the time, which I still do occasionally, I just don't have it downloaded on this PC, as we get into another fight, I was always a big hoarder. It's one of my big weaknesses, having a million potions and never using them. Ow. He has attacked me. How rude of him. Well, you know what? You can get frosted, buddy. It doesn't do that much damage. Despite them being higher levels, we haven't had an ability to rest, so they don't have a lot of their higher level abilities. Lindsay's just going to inspire courage and then shoot this guy with a bow. We, however, are going to rush in as a frontline character, and we're going to kick this dude in the dick, and he's going to die. I don't know why I said it like that, but I hope that made you chuckle. It probably didn't, because it was kind of cringe, honestly. Your ice magic does nothing, little man. Also, there's this thing on the tab for, like, extra spells and extra abilities. I'll probably, in between this recording session and the next recording session, move these things around so that the things that are most useful and most likely to get used are sort of on this central hotbar, so that I don't have this clogging up the screen a bunch. Lindsay, bow this man. Yeah, I'll have, like, in Skyrim, the majority of my weight will be just potions that I will never use, or I'll find myself in a situation where, like, oh shit, and I'll use like 4 or 5 of them, and then nothing else will happen. Let us open these doors. Ooh, there's a dead guy in here. But loot, we're gonna sell pretty much all of this loot off. Unlock this door. A dead orc lady. She's big. I don't know how they killed her. She looks like she's built like a brick shit house. That's another thing. I apologize if anyone is watching. I kind of curse like a sailor. I'm trying to get better at it, but I'm not perfect. Most people are not. So if there is any parents watching this, I apologize. You're just gonna have to get used to it. Alright, and then we're gonna open this door. And our next character, Amiri.
It's the end for you rats!
If you remember, she was the character that was like
I need inspiration.
at the beginning that was like, words aren't gonna fill my belly. She's a very stereotypical barbarian in the sense that she really likes to fight and not much else.
Any last wishes?
Alright, we're gonna rush in here. We can't
Strike!
charge, but we are a monk, so we just have a ton of movement speed. Tartuccio, you come in here, and we're gonna ray across this guy. He's probably not gonna die. He did not. And Amiri is gonna kill steal.
Oh, it's you. Stay up from under my feet or I'll strike you down.
Blood for Gorum!
So for those of you that don't know, Gorum is one of the gods. I'm gonna leave it at that. There's a bunch of stuff to know about him. If you want to look up stuff about Gorum, look online. Some of you in the know about some of the recent developments about him in Pathfinder as a world. All of the Pathfinder games take place in the world of Galarian. Maybe don't spoil that in the comments because not a lot of people know about that, and it's kind of related to a recent adventure path. So maybe don't spoil that. For those of you who are in the know, trust me, I am also in the know, and that is a good conversation point. But if people really want me to get into some of the lore of Pathfinder, I am willing to do so. I, however, am not a horologist or a well-versed in these manners. I only know bits and pieces from the little bits of games that I've played and the little bits of things that I've looked up.
I think that's exactly how heroes should be.
What, stupid, sweaty, and always looking for something to gobble up or lop the head off of? Calistria, save me from such heroes.
Calistria is another god. It's very interesting that Tartuccio says this because he does not actually worship Calistria, which you will find out later. We're gonna take all of this loot, and before we trigger the next cutscene, real quick, I am going to go into my inventory, and I'm gonna give Lindsay some potions so that she don't die. Assassins, here they come. Can you imagine being like in this fancy manor and then a bunch of assassins come to like kill the leader, and whatever the hell they just summoned just killed one of them that clearly doesn't care. But if you were staying at someone's house and then an assassin came in and killed them, that would be quite frightening. I think I would rightfully shit myself. I don't do very well in stressful situations, personally. You can drop in the comments, maybe if you agree or disagree. I definitely could not be a doctor or a surgeon. Respect to those people. If you're in the healthcare industry, I can do nothing but salute you and sing your praises because I could not deal with the stress of one of those jobs.
Let's make this quick.
Some more enemies. Let us remove the light from
Don't hold back!
their bodies. We missed. We natural one because this game really likes to do that to me,
This
and
is
I
where
don't
I
appreciate it. Tartuccio, magic this guy. Wow, we're getting really low rolls. this dude tried to shoot a bow. Ranged weapons, unless you take a special feat for it. Ranged weapons when in melee, so when like someone is right in front of you, will provoke what is called an attack of opportunity, and along with spells. But essentially, when something triggers an attack of opportunity, that enemy has the chance to hit you and deal damage to you. So you're running that risk if you're a ranged character, sort of firing at someone who is at melee or firing at someone who is further away while someone is in melee with you. That will not be the last time that comes up in this game, I assure you.
This will hurt!
Oh, once again, we're gonna steal some money, and we're gonna open this door. There's an armory. We are going to raid it because money and weapons and armor, which really none of our characters can use, so it's quite literally just gonna be money.
What have we here?
What? No, we're heroes, not thieves.
Sorry, I accidentally skipped ahead of that. Kakuchu says, what have we here? Chest is full of gold. I guess it's the guards' salaries, all things considered. Well, those freeloaders don't seem to have been working too hard for it. Maybe we should pocket it instead.
Who said we were stealing it? We'll just take the gold for safety so the assassins don't get it. And then we can heroically return it to Jamandi when this is all over.
Stealing from a sword lord in her own mansion. She'd have our heads.
How would she know it was us and not the assassins? Unless someone planned on telling her.
You know, it's very funny that he says that, because it does come to light that we stole from her. If you do steal from her, ultimately it doesn't really matter. She's Jamandi, the person who talked about all of this at the beginning, is not really gonna care. So you can feel free to take the money if you want to in your own playthrough.
Don't drag me into this. You do what you want, but I'm not taking a single coin.
And because she doesn't really care, we are gonna take the gold.
Oh, familiar faces. I hope you're not so frightened as to swing at every shadow. It's me, Jathal. I don't recommend advancing down the hallway, assuming you value your life, of course. There were a few people with me, and you can see what happened to them.
And just how did they all end up dead while you don't seem to have a scratch?
I'll answer but briefly and just once. Further scares and explanations will wait until we aren't being hunted by a group of assassins. Deal? All right. I'm undead. These traps are deadly to the living, but they're harmless to me.
What do you mean, undead? Really? Like zombies or skeletons or...
As I said, further explanations will wait until later. All you need to know right now is that we're on the same side, and we have to fight off a small army of hired assassins. Let's get to it.
There is our new companion, Jathal. She is a undead elf inquisitor of the goddess Urgathoa. What I'll say on Urgathoa is that she is basically the undead goddess. Liches, zombies, ghouls. If you are an intelligent creature and you are undead, you probably worship Urgathoa. There are more minor gods of specific types of undead, but general all-encompassing undead Urgathoa is that. With that being said, I'm going to cut here, as is per usual, and I will see you on the other side of leveling up our new friend here, Jathal. Hello, and welcome back from the cut. We are going to continue. And she mentioned something about traps.
How curious.
And right on cue, there is a trap. So let's see if we can disarm.
Applause, please.
Ah, yes, can. What is in here? Some more loot. We shall take it.
Follow if you dare.
Look here!
We will once again attempt to disarm.
Applause, please. I see something.
And let's undo do this trap real quick.
Anything else?
I'm there.
Some spell scrolls.
You cannot stand against me.
J-Ball. Guess you charge in there. And big damage. Lindsay,
you
kill this
right.
guy. You didn't kill him. Tartuccio, kill him.
I do what I must.
And as it says, there's a secret room puzzle here. You do kind of have to separate your various people. There's actually 2 secret room puzzles. One where I believe all of the statues are pointed up, and one where all of the statues are pointed down. I do not remember off the top of my head how to do those, but once I figure those out, I'll sort of go look it up real quick, and you can go look it up yourself, but I will help explain that when I return from the cut. Okay, so the puzzle can be solved, at least this cache, the tier behind this, can be solved by clicking this statue. Obviously, don't touch things. If you do, you'll actually have to figure out how puzzle works, and then you'll have to reset from there. And then we'll click Tartuccio here. We'll click this one.
I'm always ready.
And then we'll come click this one. Oh, and hey, look at that. The secret room has opened up. I'm gonna go grab what's in here off screen and come back from another cut once I figure out and remember how to do this top cache. What we're gonna do here now is we're gonna click this one right here again, and then we're gonna grab someone over here and click that one, and then you're done, just like that. And that's kind of the easiest way. Just 5 statues pressed. And yeah, so now you know how to open both caches, in case you've never played this before. Also, the highlight thing is linked to my tab button. It just kind of helps you see if you're missing things, because you're not gonna hover over everything exactly on the screen. So I highly recommend doing that if you don't want to miss out on anything. I suffer severely from FOMO. Not every person does, but I know myself specifically, I have some pretty severe FOMO. That's another thing you can maybe...
You should be.
You could comment in the comments below if you suffer from FOMO, or maybe a specific situation where you feared on missing out. Cannot go there, so I guess she's just gonna walk up. Lindsay, you go ahead and inspire courage, and then
You deserved
shoot
it.
him. Me, meanwhile, I am going to charge forward and punch this thing. Never mind, we kicked him. Made me look like a fool. Tartuccio. Magic missile this guy.
unworthy.
Ah! Everything is so much fun with a little fire. What a night, huh? I thought I was all alone. It's good you're here. A bit boring, chasing fool assassins without anyone watching the show.
It's not fun at all. Many people have died for nothing.
Shh.
You sound like a Kelishite, am I right?
Of course. I'm from Kadira. But tales of hot deserts and shady oases can wait until the fighting's finished. But if you'd like to share a dinner and pleasant conversation, just say the word. I like making new friends.
I don't think we've met.
I am Kayesi, one of the many here who seek a better fate, answering the call of Lady Jamandi. But unlike the others, I never dropped my guard, day or night. It's why I'm still alive.
So, I do want to let you know, for the people who maybe are playing the base version of this game, this character, Kaisi, is a DLC character. Honestly, probably one of my favorite characters in the entirety of the game. If you ever find yourself buying the game, I would highly recommend buying the DLC that this is a part of. The name of it will flash across your screen right now. Post-production. Gotta love it. There are assassins on the prowl. We have to go.
I don't know where you're heading, but I'll be at the entrance to the main hall. I think I saw some guards there. Join me there, if you wish.
Oh, we're gonna yoink all of these guys. Shit.
Grotus, I can sense your silhouette hovering over me. It won't be much longer. Soon we shall meet, O Lord of Oblivion.
What's wrong?
I'm dying. I knew this expedition was doomed. Oh, Grotus, my vision darkens.
Aren't you being a bit premature? Look at yourself. You've barely got a scratch.
That's impossible. Oh, it seems you might be right.
This guy is the epitome of a doomer. He worships the dwarf god Grotus, or just maybe a god Grotus. Once again, it'll flash over the screen whether I'm right or not. I'll do the research. But essentially, Grotus is a god of sort of the end times. A lot of his followers are sort of doomsayers. And sort of are like, oh, the end is nigh, the end is nigh. Everyone, the end is nigh. That's functionally what they are. So, very, very interesting character. He can get a little annoying, if I'm going to be honest, but he is a cleric, and he is going to be quite useful.
It seems I will live. I suppose I must postpone meeting my god, not for long, I'm sure. But while we remain in this transient world, Aaron is at your service.
And with that, once again, I am going to catch you on the other side of another jump cut as I level up our resident doomer. Okay, and we're coming to you back from the cut. As you can see, we've leveled up our buddy Harem here, and we'll be continuing on. What is here? I actually never came in here. Bunch of nothing.
My search was not in vain.
There's a thing. Oh! I actually discovered something new. I didn't know this was here. Huh. Well, you learn new things everyone. I played through the first, bit of this game a bunch of times, so we will get to a point where I don't know things. That is just one that I have completely missed in the past, which is interesting.
You, run and get an axe. You, bring more water. You, stay here and hold our defense. Those assassins are still around here somewhere. Aha! Some of our guests survived. Good. You need to get to the banquet hall and help Lady Jamandi.
Who are you?
Keston House Gares, a fighter in the service of Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori. Right now, I'm in charge of the mansion guards. As you can see, there's a lot to do.
If I were a rich and influential lady like Jamandi, I'd also give myself a manly captain of the guard. Or two.
Man. I forgot just how horny this character is. And this isn't a pun because they're tiefling and have horns.
Someone opened the gate, let in a group of assassins in the middle of the night. Now they've set the mansion on fire to cut off access to the hall. They don't want Lady Jamandi to get reinforcements. We cleared the passage so you can get through. Just try to avoid inhaling the smoke. We'll be right behind you. We just need to put out the fire first to save the mansion.
Considering Lady Jamandi's fate, I'm not surprised that a whole pack of assassins were unleashed on her, including a giant. But what's at stake? What could anyone hope to gain?
Do you need help putting out that fire?
No, we'll manage. I've got my best people here, those who still live. Your place is by Lady Aldori's side.
It doesn't seem right. What if some of the guards are wounded? We need to help them.
Where's the
You'll have
hall?
to run through the fire. We've almost put it out at the entrance, so your main concern should be to not inhale any smoke. Hold your breath and take the first right, then head straight down the hallway.
I'll go immediately.
Fire doesn't frighten me, thanks to hell's blood running in my veins. I'll go ahead and wait for you on the other side. Catch up!
May Abadar keep you safe.
Abadar is another god of Pathfinder fame. He is specifically the god of... He's the god of a lot of things. But for those of you not know, he's basically the god of money. A lot of people don't... Abadar is very weird. You either really like him or really hate him. I'm one of those people who's kind of in the middle. I can see why people love him and I can see why people hate him. But yeah, it just kind of depends. He's a very interesting character, and a lot of characters that worship Abadar are very interesting.
I'm there.
And so our adventure started earlier and much more tragic than we'd expected. The whole team who'd gathered in the hall yesterday had been reduced to but a handful of brave souls led by Taro, and not at all by that scoundrel Tartuccio, no matter what he might have imagined of himself. Jamandi Aldori was waiting for us, but to get to her, we'd have to march through fire. Literally! As we approached the burning building, we... ultimately, this decision does not matter, but I think in the situation that I'm here, if I had to run through fire, I'd try to find a less dangerous passage, because drenching yourself with a bucket of water might help for a little bit, it's not really gonna help. And then covering your noses and mouths is obvious. You're rushing into fire. You should probably be doing that. Alas, there was no safe passage. The villains who'd attacked the mansion knew what they were doing. The only path to the banquet hall led straight through the fire, which kept spreading despite the guards' best effort. Having ascertained this, we rushed forward, covering our mouths and noses. We shouldn't have wasted our time looking for another path. While we did, the fire caused extensive damage to the mansion. As soon as we entered, we heard a horrible creaking sound as the flaming wall next to us quickly slanted, threatening to fall on our heads. With no time to think, probably just this. We ran forward, hoping to make it under the wall before everything crashed down. I don't know what saved us that day. Maybe the gods are luck, or just our own dexterity, but the flaming logs and red-hot bricks didn't hit any of us. The way was blocked, but there was no turning back. Anyway, we had only one way to go. Hot air burned our lungs and our eyes watered from the smoke. But Taro led us stubbornly through the flames, while Tartuccio did nothing useful at all. We made it to the hallway, leading to the banquet hall, when we heard someone calling for us. It was Valerie, one of the guards I chatted with a bit in the banquet hall. Even then, in that calm setting, I'd been stunned by her beauty, but now, amid the smoke and flames, she looked like a celestial avenger, an armored deity, menacing but beautiful and merciful, descending from the higher spheres to help us poor mortals. She'd held a burned, barely living guard in her arms. "There are 2 more!" she shouted as she passed by us. "They are wounded. Help me pull them out." Tutucho grumbled something about how Jamandi was waiting for us. Meanwhile, Taro... we have a lower chance of failing the diplomacy check, so I'm gonna click diplomacy. Shouted to Valerie that she should leave them and join us to help Lady Jamandi Eldori. Valerie hesitated. For this valiant warrior, 2 things came above all else: loyalty to her pledge and duty to her comrades in arms. Now she had to choose one over the other. Taro showed exceptional eloquence, no easy thing with the flames roaring all around. With a heavy sigh, Valerie stopped arguing and followed us to the dome of the banquet hall, where the battle was already in full swing. This is our new character, Valerie. I am going to level her up off camera because this video is getting a little long and I would like to keep videos somewhere in between 20 and 30 minutes. Thank you for watching this far into the video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. All of those things will help this channel grow, and I will appreciate you forever. I'll see you next time. This is Apollo. Good night.